I'm sitting here fixing to start a video, and I thought I'd pull in to where there's not a lot of traffic. And as I pulled in, I was like, whoa, I forgot about this. I'm going to try to keep it in focus. Over here, where you see those tarps on those buildings over there, that's a retirement home that got hit by a tornado. And right here's Walmart, where I'm parked. It had some damage, but it was quickly repaired. And then you can't tell by that building, by the back of it, but the whole front of it is destroyed by the tornado. And they have to rebuild on the end right here, and then the end down there. And the second store from this end needs to be rebuilt as the both ends do. The middle is a Dollar Tree. The front is there, but you could tell that they need to rebuild also. And that's where a lot of the damage happened. You can see, focus, right there. That's a Subway. And the whole entire roof collapsed on it. All of the offices there. You could see some debris right in there. Some of the, well, all of them, I should say, all of the offices are closed across the street. And then to the right, there's damage. To the left, there's damage. But that is the worst. We live about 4 blocks behind Walmart. So you can get kind of like an idea of what we went through. So I wanted to share that real quick because I've told people, I hope I'm staying in focus. I don't have you in my window because last time it shut my phone down because it got too hot from the sun, and my phone, I feel, is faulty. So you'll see me looking at myself every now and then because I'm making sure I am in focus. And I'm assuming because cars passing right here might be the reason why I'm not staying focused. I don't know. But the main reason why I wanted to show you that the damage is because I've told a lot of people that I was in a tornado, and these people look at me like, yeah, right. And I'm like, no, really, I was in a tornado. Although our house, it's not my house, it's my ex's house. Although his house is not damaged, but we had all the big trees but one fall all around the house and pull down our electrical lines, our cable lines, and blah, blah, blah. My daughter's vehicle got damaged. Thank goodness it was a vehicle that no longer runs. But yes, we were in a tornado. The winds justified that also. And they're still having tree cleanup, I should say. The trees that had fallen, as you could see in that one building that I said in the back, you couldn't tell that there was damage. There's still trees down behind that building that they haven't chainsawed and put on the curb. I never knew that happened. That's how it worked. I don't recall that last time I was in a tornado here in 2019. People are pulling their trees to the curbs here. Ours is still on the curb. It's been 3 weeks now, give or take. I want to say maybe even a month. I might be wrong. But they're still cleaning up trees on people's curbs. And actually, I never seen these trucks before. The front of them look like 18-wheeler cabs, and behind them is wood containers that they're putting these limbs in. And then we saw 2 areas where they're taking these limbs and dumping them, and then they're shredding them to mulch, and they're still not done. Where I showed you that retirement home and it got damaged, across the street there's a building that was demolished. You can't see it from where I'm at. And then there's a couple houses behind that building that got demolished. They had the roofs taken off. Of course, that's sad. You see something new every day as you're driving. You think that you've seen the whole neighborhood, but you drive through again and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. So yeah, it's still traumatic when you kind of adjust to it. Because in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But as time goes, you adjust to that. And you're like, yeah, that's horrible. But then I just saw something new down the street that looks worse. A lot of these homes aren't getting repaired yet. Some of them are just now starting re-roofing, repaired on the roof. There is a house that I drove through a neighborhood a couple of days ago, Saturday, maybe Sunday, no, Saturday, that my daughter was telling me. We were driving through there and she's like, have you seen this neighborhood yet? And I'm like, I can't remember. Dad took me everywhere. And she said, well, there's one house on this street that is a total loss. And shame on me, I deleted those pictures or I would have uploaded them for you. But we drove by and it is a total loss. It's like a shell. The roof is totally gone. Totally and completely. There's no slats. There's nothing. And a brick outer shell of the house. But the inside of it, you can see that there's some possible walls still standing from the top. But there's no roof. There's nothing. It's like the tornado took it and just left with it. It's gone. At this minute, I can't tell you. I hope there's not a lot of reflection off of my glasses. I can't tell you where I saw more damage, but it was online. On Instagram, I noticed that there were some drones that people were sending out of the damage. And I'm just floored. It was in a different area. I can't remember where, but in the same city. And there were houses missing. And where you can see the foundation of where the house once was. There's no more house. And it was several. There is a junior high school in our city that had got a lot of damage also. I don't even know if that is going to be repaired and opened by the time school starts. This wasn't going to be the topic of my video today, but I did want to show that to you real quick. Somewhere in here, probably toward the end, I do want to upload a video that I took of beautiful green mountains / hills. I don't know what constitutes a mountain to a hill. The hill is not like something you can walk over. You have to drive over them. So I don't know. But you'll see. But today I went and saw my surgeon. Today's my first day at work. And of course, my memory loss was everywhere. Not too bad though. It wasn't that bad. I was being shown a couple of new things and I was excited about that. But I wasn't on my own today and I won't be for maybe another week or so. And then I share a pod with a girl who's been there forever, probably 7, 8 years, something like that. And I like her. She's pretty cool. She's a sweet person. And then I'm excited about that. One letdown. Well, I don't want to talk about that. I will. A part of my memory loss had, and I'm not bad-mouthing or putting anybody down when I say this. Because if I was a manager, I would have done the same because it's just the way it works. I didn't know that the last meeting I had with my manager was a write-up. And I don't know what question I had for him today because I totally lost it, the question after he said what he said. But I wanted to refresh my memory what that meeting was. I cannot remember. Or I had a different question. It was the same question, but he misunderstood me. Let's just say that. And he said, do you mean the write-up? And I said, wait, what? And it's like, the write-up? And I said, I was wrote up. And I said, can I talk to you out in the hall? And we did, and he refreshed my memory. I still don't remember him saying it was a write-up. But I asked him, refresh my memory on that. What was that about? So I know not to do it again, because I've never been wrote up before. And he told me that his hands are tied, particularly at this point, because they have no medical evidence of saying, you know, I do have a memory problem, this is the cause or whatever. And so what they see is like me not making effort to remember things, if that makes sense. I don't mean that in a bad way, and I'm not bad mouthing the company I work for, because every company is like that. Every company is like that. So I don't want you to think, or anybody else to think, that I'm bad mouthing them, because I'm not. Because like I said, if I was my own manager, and if I was manager there, and I have been a manager, so I'm real familiar that that is how it works, because it does look like that the employee is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's like, okay, are they not listening? Are they not paying attention? And then they make no effort to say what I have said. You know, I have memory issues. That kind of puts them in a sticky spot. So I totally understand. So he did explain it, and he explained what that meeting consists of, because I couldn't remember everything. And I told him that when I go in these meetings with him and the other manager over him, I get anxiety. And I told him I felt targeted, but that was the wrong word. And I even told him that was the wrong word. And I'm like, pressure. I feel pressured. That's it. And he understood. And I said, I think that I blocked a lot out because I felt pressure. Like somebody stands up in front of a crowd to speak, and then they forgot everything they had said while they were talking, if that makes sense. It's like stage fright. That makes better sense. I got that taken care of this morning, and I'm going to get the papers that he gave me after that meeting, and I'm going to go through them, because I did not want to get rolled up again. And when I'm done doing this video, I'm calling a number to the memory loss clinic, going to try to get in there as soon as I can to see what's going on with me. I don't know if it's stress. My supposed to be biological father has Lewy body dementia. I'm not sure if my sister altered the paternity test or not. I've said before in one of my videos that she is friends with the guy who works with one, so I don't know if they altered it. My sister's really smart, so I don't know if they altered it at all. But yeah, it would be difficult to find out that she did alter that. But anyway, my mom has good memory. She's 80. I think just 80 this year. Yeah, she's just 80 this year. And when I last talked to her, maybe a year ago or less, she still had a good memory. So I didn't inherit memory problems with her, that's for sure. And if the guy I was just talking about being my father, if he's not, I don't know who my father is. So that doesn't tell me a lot. I don't know if I got twisted and forgot to say I saw the surgeon. I don't even know if I even brought that up. But anyway, I saw the surgeon today about my hip. It was my 6-week checkup and my last. And he said, you're right where you need to be. And I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, well, 2 weeks ago you said I should be better already. And then you said you feared that my hip was locking up and I needed to get up and start walking, when I was supposed to have been off my foot for 6 weeks. And today is 6 weeks. And I'm like, I just wanted to say, what? But I'm not one to sit here and say, I've been in this position a lot. Question somebody, what? But last week you said this, and they're like, no, I didn't. And they would sit there and outright lie. So I didn't say anything because I don't want to go through that. But specifically in some areas, my memory is okay. Learning stuff is where my memory is. So listening to somebody is not Well, it is an issue to a point. I would say my memory is when you're being taught something that you're expect to remember and you can't. When he was telling me about my hip, that's a whole different story. I don't know how to explain that, but I remembered what he said. And it's not that big of a deal. He said today I have good strength. He said in the strength department I am ahead. And I'm like, I don't know how, because I struggle to step up a curb. But I did tell him that, and he said it's normal to have no strength after a surgery like this. And he called it something, I don't remember what it was. But he said, I literally stapled your tendon, I think it was my tendon, to my bone. And I'm like, you did what? And then I get in my car and I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, he did 3 tiny slits below my hip bone, below my hip, I should actually say, on the very top of my thigh, and where my hip starting is where the 3 incisions are. How did he get a stapler in one? And how did he get the staples in? Was it a slap stapler? Or I don't understand. I know one of those slits was for a camera. I don't understand. How do they maneuver all of that in those little slits? I don't get it. And I don't want to watch a documentary about it. I might just Google it and see what they say. I don't want to watch anything. But anyway, he said I'm where I'm supposed to be. He said I could do yoga to strengthen everything up. I don't have anywhere to do yoga. Not in my kid's dad's house. I don't have room to do yoga. And when I'm back in the Durango 24/7, I can't do yoga in it either. So I'm out of luck. And I won't go to a studio for more than one reason. I don't want to be telling people that I'm having tendon issues and I'm having a lot of surgeries, so I'm trying to strengthen everything, and feel like a failure in that department too, because I will not have strength. I will probably fall over. I will probably say ow a lot. And I don't want people looking at me like I'm weak. I'm sorry, I keep looking around because things are catching my eye. I don't know. I don't even know what I was going to say. But yeah, I'm going to end this here. And I love you guys a lot. And I'm going to play my beautiful video after this of the mountains. I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.